Why you procrastinate. It's not laziness. You know exactly what you need to do. You've known for days, maybe weeks. But you're not doing it. You're watching this video instead, scrolling, checking your phone, finding anything else to do except the one thing that actually matters. And everyone's telling you it's because you're lazy, because you lack discipline, because you don't want it bad enough. They're wrong. You're not lazy, you're scared. And your brain is protecting you from something it thinks will destroy you. Failure, judgment, or the painful realization that you're not as capable as you thought. Procrastination isn't a character flaw. It's a defense mechanism. And understanding why you do it is the only way to stop. This is Shadow Mind Insights, where we expose the psychological mechanisms controlling your behavior without you realizing it. No motivation, no discipline porn, just the raw truth about how your mind actually works. In this video, you're going to learn why procrastination is fear disguised as laziness, the 4 psychological triggers that make you avoid action, how to break the pattern without relying on willpower that doesn't last. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what's keeping you stuck and what to do about it. If you've been calling yourself lazy when you know you're not, hit that like button. Subscribe and share this with anyone trapped in the procrastination cycle. Turn on notifications. This knowledge changes everything. Here's what you need to understand first. Procrastination is not about time management. It's about emotion management. When you avoid doing something important, you're not avoiding the task. You're avoiding how the task makes you feel. That feeling might be fear of failing and proving you're not good enough, fear of succeeding and the pressure that comes with it, anxiety about being judged for your work, overwhelm from not knowing where to start, perfectionism that says, if I can't do it perfectly, I won't do it at all. Your brain sees these emotions as threats, real, physical threats to your ego, your identity, your sense of safety. So it does what it's designed to do. It protects you by keeping you away from the threat. That's procrastination. You're not weak. You're not undisciplined. Your brain is working exactly as designed, prioritizing short-term emotional safety over long-term success. The problem, what feels safe now destroys you later. Every time you procrastinate, you're training your brain that avoidance works. You get temporary relief from the uncomfortable feeling. Your brain learns. When we feel threatened by a task, we avoid it and feel better. This is why willpower doesn't fix procrastination. You're not fighting laziness. You're fighting a survival mechanism that thinks it's protecting you. Let me show you the 4 psychological triggers behind your procrastination. Once you see what's really happening, you can address the actual problem. 1. Fear of failure. If I don't try, I can't fail. You tell yourself you'll start tomorrow, next week, when conditions are perfect. But perfect never comes because you're not actually waiting for the right time. You're avoiding the possibility of failing. The logic, if you never start, you never fail. Your potential stays intact. Your ego stays protected. Reality check. Every day you don't start is a day you're already failing. The only difference is you're failing without trying, which feels safer but accomplishes nothing. 2. Fear of judgment. What if people see it's not good enough? You're worried about what people will think when you put your work out there. So you delay. You revise endlessly. You keep it private. The logic, if no one sees it, no one can criticize it. You stay safe from judgment. Reality check. The only people who never get criticized are people who never do anything worth criticizing. Judgment is the price of being visible. Pay it or stay invisible. 3. Perfectionism. If I can't do it perfectly, I won't do it at all. You have impossibly high standards. Anything less than perfect feels like failure. So you don't start because you know you can't meet your own standards right away. The logic, doing nothing is better than doing something imperfect. Reality check. Perfectionism isn't about excellence. It's about control. You'd rather control the narrative by not trying than risk producing something less than perfect. That's ego protection, not high standards. 4. Task overwhelm. I don't know where to start, so I won't start. The task feels massive, unclear, complicated. Your brain looks at the whole project and shuts down because it can't process it all at once. The logic: if I can't see the whole path, it's not safe to take the first step. Reality check: you don't need to see the entire staircase to take the first step. Clarity comes from action, not from thinking about action. Start badly, adjust as you go. Here's why all the discipline advice doesn't work for you. Just do it. Your brain doesn't respond to force when it's in protection mode. Trying to overpower fear with willpower is like trying to hold your breath forever. Eventually, you break. Be more disciplined. Discipline is a finite resource. When you're fighting an emotional survival mechanism, you burn through discipline in hours. Then you're back where you started, but now you feel like a failure for lacking discipline. You're just lazy. Calling yourself lazy is emotional abuse disguised as motivation. It doesn't address the actual problem. It just makes you feel worse, which triggers more avoidance. You don't need more discipline. You need to address the fear driving the avoidance. Here's how you actually stop procrastinating. This isn't about willpower. It's about rewiring the pattern. Rule 1. Make the first step absurdly small. Don't commit to working for an hour. Commit to 2 minutes. Your brain can't justify avoiding something that takes 2 minutes. Once you start, momentum takes over. Action step: identify the smallest possible version of the task. So small it feels stupid. Do only that. Stop if you want. You usually won't. Rule 2. Separate starting from finishing. Your brain freaks out when it sees a massive task. So don't commit to finishing. Commit to starting. That's it. Action step: tell yourself, I'm not going to finish this. I'm just going to open the file, write 1 sentence, make 1 phone call. Remove the pressure of completion. Rule 3. Name the fear out loud. When you catch yourself procrastinating, stop and ask, what am I actually afraid of right now? Then say it out loud. I'm afraid this will suck. I'm afraid people will judge me. I'm afraid I'll fail. Action step: naming the fear removes its power. Your brain can't hide behind vague anxiety when you call it out specifically. Rule 4. Expect imperfection and do it anyway. Give yourself permission to suck. Your first draft is supposed to be bad. Your first attempt is supposed to be clumsy. That's not failure, that's the process. Action step: before starting, say, this will probably be bad and that's fine. Remove perfection from the equation entirely. Rule 5. Track starts, not completions. Stop measuring yourself by finished projects. Measure yourself by how many times you started despite the fear. Action step: keep a list of every time you took action, even when you didn't want to. That's the real metric of growth. You're not lazy, you never were. You're scared, and your brain has been protecting you the only way it knows how, by keeping you away from situations where you might fail. But staying safe means staying stuck. Start small. Name the fear, expect imperfection. The first step breaks the pattern. If this reframed procrastination for you, share it with someone who needs to stop calling themselves lazy. Subscribe for more content that shows you how your mind actually works. This is Shadow Mind Insights. You're not broken, you're protective. Now stop protecting yourself from success.